First of all, Mr. Williams, thank you so much.
Coloring, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. That's the DNA. That's from my mom and my dad.
Beautiful
So
skin.
thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well, first and foremost, happy birthday. Your birthday was yesterday, 81 years young.
Yeah, right.
How you feeling?
I don't feel older.
Well, you look fantastic for sure. And thanks so much for joining us at Fan Expo Dallas as well. It's good to see you. How are you feeling just being here with all these great fans?
Well, I always have a lot of fun doing this kind of stuff, these conventions, and certainly I've been to Dallas before.
Mm-hmm.
And I have family in Houston. That's where my father's from.
Yeah.
And I buried him in a little town outside of Houston. I think it's Chester.
Yes, yes.
But that was some years ago.
Yeah.
No, this is great. I'm having a good time.
Fantastic. And I drove all the way from Houston, actually. I'm based out of Houston to come on up here. Yeah, just to see you and all of that, and I appreciate it. Now, a couple of questions I have for you. I know it's been, of course, those 40 wonderful years, of course, when you were in Star Wars and doing so many wonderful things as Lando Calrissian. But that's not just who you are. You do so many other things. I know you're such a consummate artist when it comes to your painting. Can you tell people about your wonderful paintings? In fact, you have one in the Smithsonian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they own one of my pieces. They own a self-portrait. But I've been painting all my life. I grew up in New York City and went to a school called Music and Art High School. My sister and I, my twin, she's not here with us anymore. But when I graduated Music and Art High School, it was a specialized school for young, brilliant people like me. When I left Music and Art, I went to a school called the National Academy of Design for the Fine Arts, where I spent 2 years on the scholarship, and I was nominated for a Guggenheim. I was about 18, 19 years old at the time, and I won a Hall Garden, which is comparable to a Guggenheim. But painting has been very much a part of my life, and I've had exhibitions all over the place. And I'm still working at it. I don't work at it as much as I should, but I've been sort of working on some new ideas, what they call minimalist ideas. Trying to express a full emotion with very few detail.
Yeah, which is amazing, especially because I think you have, 300 paintings people haven't even seen yet, somewhere in a vault somewhere.
Yeah, I got them put away, and we did an inventory of some months ago. And so I got 300 there waiting for my ultimate demise.
Which won't happen for a very, very, very long time. We're just saying that right now, okay? No, it's something else I wanted to talk to you about. I mean, you've had such an amazing career, and I'm not just talking about, as I mentioned, with Star Wars, because we'll get into that in just a minute, but when it comes to so many other wonderful productions you've been in, whether it's Lady Sings the Blues, or there's so many, I could just go through the whole entire list. But tell me, just as an experienced actor that you are, an icon for so many people out there, what is it that motivated you so much when it came to your acting and continues to motivate you today?
Well, acting is something, I've done it for 60 years, and I'm not sure whether I really want to act anymore,
Don't say that.
I think what motivates me is, for me, it's all about trying to find new, innovative, unique ways to express a point of view or an idea. So certainly acting was one way of doing it, and my painting was another way of doing it. But it's primarily about trying to, as I said, approach things in a way that is uniquely my own. I'm a great believer, for instance, of being first, as opposed to doing things like being number one. To me, number one is it comes and goes. But when you come up with a point of view that's no one's ever really experienced before, I think that's historical.
Right. I know one of those first, of course, being one of the first prominent actors in the Star Wars series, which was just amazing, is Lando Calrissian. And I know your fans, I mean, I saw your Q&A, and just that was entirely packed, as most of them are. What is it that you think resonates with so many people with that character and what he portrayed on screen?
Well, I think, what I tried to do with him was make him bigger than life. I tried to do it. I think the mistake sometimes is that people get too political about everything. The whole idea is to have fun. To take an idea or a point of view and take it into a whole other sphere and introduce a point of view. Not keep arguing the same point of view over and over and over again, but come up with something new and something interesting and something fun that people can embrace.
Are you surprised that the longevity that Star Wars has had for so long and continues with the new movies that keep on coming out and resurging? Are you surprised by that?
Well, I must say it's pretty amazing. It's one of those phenomenons.
Definitely. And I know there's also been a campaign out there to try to get your wonderful face back on that Star Wars screen. How do you feel about the fans just saying, we need Lando, more Lando? What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's very nice. Very flattering.
Definitely. Now, one thing I mentioned as well is my show talks about giving back. And I know you have been, like I said, an icon for so many as a role model giving back. But lately, Star Wars has been doing a campaign. I believe you participated in that last year when it came to helping children's charities and things like that. Why do you think you wanted to be a part of that, and why do you think others need to get involved in helping charities?
I don't know. I think it's always important to help where you can. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel?
Why not?
Of course, why not? Do you feel more people would probably come together and closer? Because I think a lot of times the animosity that people have kind of diminishes when you're helping somebody out.
I don't know. People are crazy.
Yeah, we are a little bit crazy, What is it that when you look at a fan's eyes and you sign an autograph, what is that feeling like for you?
Oh, I enjoy it. It's fun. I mean, it's a validation, I suppose. Mm-hmm. We act as all like little kids and want to get patted on the head and told how wonderful we are. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to know that this is one opportunity and one way of finding out how much I've meant to and how much joy I've given to people in their lives.
I noticed a little kid asked you a question during the Fan Expo, and I know a number of kids still look up to you. Are you still surprised by even that? The younger kids who weren't even a twinkle in their parents' eyes know who Lando Calrissian is, know who Billy Dee Williams is. How does that feel?
Pretty good.
Definitely. Well, just two more questions and we're almost out of time. But what advice would you give to young actors out there about when it comes to their career choices and what they need to do to hopefully have a long-standing career such as you do?
To thine own self be true. There's something about you shall never be false to any man. But anyway, you got to work. I mean, if you got an idea or you got some thoughts about what direction you want to take, and if you sort of settle into what it is that you want to do, you just got to put the time and effort into making it something interesting.
And creating a cool character such as yourself, how does it feel that there's another version of you coming out? Of course, a younger actor portraying Lando Calrissian in the Solo movies coming out. How do you feel about that?
Well, for me, he's a wonderful young man. I've met him, and he's very talented, and he's doing very well with his career, as far as his writing and his music and all those things. So I wish him the very best. However, for me, I created that character, and it's difficult for me to think of anybody playing Lando Calrissian. It's just, I created it, But I wish him a lot of luck.
All right. Well, Mr. Billy Dee Williams, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. I know the fans appreciate it. And we hope to see you on the screen again soon, because you, as I mentioned, are not just an icon, but you truly are a role model for so many people, not just African-American young children out there, but from all different backgrounds and races. And it is truly an honor to be able to talk to you, sir.
Well, I certainly appreciate it. And you're a very lovely person. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And the best for a continued happy birthday weekend to you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.